The Academy introduces Modern Philosophers. This week, Sam Harris. Sam is a world-renowned neurologist and philosopher who graduated with a doctorate from UCLA. He's well known in atheist circles as being a member of the Four Horsemen with Dennett, Hitchens, and Dawkins. Sam is an atheist who considers religion to be a virus on society, as do most anti-theists. Many people consider him a leader of the new atheist movement, but he doesn't like to consider himself a leader of any movement, nor does he like only identifying with atheism. Sam likes to consider himself a philosopher and has taken some unique stances on philosophical questions. Sam is a believer of natural ethics, more specifically utilitarianism, with a few differing ideas involved. Like most utilitarians, he believes that morality is objective and can improve the common good of humanity, but he notes the issues with utilitarianism, such as the perceived lack of focus on individuals and issues that come in place with the common good when it comes to group dynamics. He calls his new version of natural ethics the moral landscape, where we could use several solutions to moral problems depending upon the circumstances. He mainly agrees with many prominent utilitarians like Peter Singer and has tried to with denouncing meat eating, and he's trying to become a vegetarian. He bases his ethical theory on well-being and wants to use science to solve moral questions that have been controversial. I'm
going to speak today about the relationship between science and human values. Now, it's generally understood that questions of morality, questions of good and evil and right and wrong, are questions about which science officially has no opinion. It's thought that science can help us get what we value, but it can never tell us what we ought to value.
Sam, using his vast understanding of the brain, has concluded that free will is just an illusion, and we actually are wholly determined to do everything.
There on my blog, but the basic case against free will is this. It's twofold. One is that, and again, it's the obverse of this sense of self. It's the other side of the coin, where you feel like you're a thinker of thoughts. You feel like you're the author of intentions. You feel like you are a subject. And commensurate with that feeling is the sense that you are in a position to do what it is you do, to decide to do. I can decide to lift my left hand, or I can decide to lift my right hand, and I can deliberate between the two, and I can have reasons for one or reasons for the other. And I'm in the driver's seat. I really am. And then if you and so that's where everyone's starting. The problem with that is, objectively, we know that everything that you're consciously aware of, all your thoughts and your intentions and your impulses, and your impulses to resist those impulses. I mean, whatever's coming up for you, we know that's all preceded by events in your nervous system of which you're not aware and which you didn't create. And the state of your brain in this moment, it's in every sense, is the product of variables that you are not responsible for. You didn't pick your parents. You didn't pick your genes. You didn't sculpt your genes. You didn't pick the environment in which your genome was going to be expressed. You didn't pick the way your interaction with the world and other people sculpted the microstructure of your brain so as to give you the brain you have. You didn't pick the number of receptors you have of every type at every synapse. You didn't pick all the charges that are currently in place in your brain at this moment. You haven't created your neurophysiology, and yet your neurophysiology is going to give rise to every next thought and intention that shows up for you. And and we know that if you do an experiment, like you put someone in a neuroimaging device, whether it's EEG or whether it's fMRI, and you image their neural activity in real time, and you give a very simple choice between pushing the left button or pushing the right button, we can predict before the person is aware of having committed to right or left whether they're going to go right or left. And we know that ability to predict is only going to become more fine-grained. So that if you take away, and again, someone like Dan Dennett has a story about why this doesn't matter, right? But and the truth is, it actually doesn't matter, because even if we couldn't predict, it matters in the sense that it's very persuasive to people that, if I can predict what you're going to do before you're aware of what you're going to do, well, then the basis for free will seems to go out the window.
His impact is very wide and has influenced many atheists' thinking, including Matt Dillahunty and many others. Sam is very well-spoken and thoughtful debater, and has spoken against many prominent Christians and atheists alike. To conclude, Sam Harris is a great modern thinker who has brought up new ways of thinking about utilitarianism and free will. Thank you for everyone for watching. Tomorrow we have Brain Trust with Dolphin Radio, and Friday we have the Academy Debate Show with Chairview. Have a great night, everyone.